Hey everybody, Jayborino here, welcome back. Continuing StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, we've arrived on Slain to help Alarak.
In order to invoke the challenge of Rakshir, preparations must be completed, as the decrees of old describe. Ready your warriors. Malash will surely attempt to interfere.
Okay, we get Void Rays this time, Surgical Strike Craft, that's exactly how we will be using them. Going to be making a lot of Void Rays for both offense and defense. Achievements, kill one of Malash's Guardians while the Terrazine Fog is active. Complete the mission before the 4th Terrazine Fog cycle. So another go really fast achievement. Getting kind of tired of those. That will end up somewhere between 20 and 21 minutes to finish before that 4th cycle. Okay, now because we're going to be in a rush on a limited economy, I really only plan on building melee and cloaked warriors. So I'm going to grab Zealots with Whirlwind and Dark Templar with Shadow Fury. And because we start with a few of them, I'll grab some Dragoons. We'll try out these Adepts at another time when we're able to make some more of them. The enemies on this map that we're defending against take hugely increased damage from all sources, so I went with the AoE damage dealers, the Whirlwind Zealots and the Shadow Fury Dark Templar. Okay, so because, again, just to emphasize, we're going to be in a big rush, so very similar build here. Orbital Assimilator helps out with that all the time. Solar Lance helps clear things out and is also an oh shit if you're getting hit somewhere that you didn't expect to. I'm actually going to go with Chrono Surge so we can get upgrades for our Void Rays and Saturate and Expansion that I plan on taking. And I'm going to stick with Mass Recall because I actually plan on using it this mission to pretty great effect to help us get one of the achievements specifically. And then I'll dump the rest of my Solarite into the Spear's auxiliary systems. Kind of a unique Spear build here with those auxiliary systems for sure. So let's go ahead and get started. The Mastery achievement is to not kill any Tal'Darim units. I would just recommend coming back to Slain as your last planet of the 3 instead of the first as we're doing it here. You just have to go extremely fast, and you're probably going to utilize something like Time Stop in order to help you get that.
These are Malash's Guardians. I need you to eliminate them before I proceed.
If it must be done. Wait, what is that strange fog?
Terrazine. It flows in cycles from the chasms of Slain, bringing us closer to the Void. Amon's forces will be able to manifest until the flow subsides. They do not possess their full power here, yet they will strike at your base ruthlessly.
I thought you promised an assured victory, Alarak.
You enjoy a challenge, do you not?
Very well. My forces will pursue the Guardians while it is clear. When the Terrazine flows, we must endure the onslaught.
So non-stop probes and Void Rays. Don't let anything stop you from constantly building those.
The Terrazine will rise shortly, my warriors. Be vigilant.
So we got some Vespene pickups. This will allow us to not have to make orbital assimilators.
Void Rays can now be warped in at our Stargate. They are ideal for intercepting foes in the battle ahead.
Well done, Phase Smith. We will make good use of them.
So we won't need to build those orbital assimilators right away. We'll get them later, which will allow us to continuously make probes here right at the beginning, which is super important because we don't have much time. And then, of course, just endless Void Rays for as long as possible here at the beginning. We want to end the first fog cycle with probably 5 to 6 Void Rays.
The veil between this world and the Void is lifting. Amon's forces will arrive soon.
Okay, there's not much to do here except defend. We're just going to do that with our small group that we do have. I built my first Void Ray pretty much as soon as I could afford it when Karax told us that they were available for us. Back up Dragoons. Okay, that was good. And then we're going to queue up more probes. I waited for a hot second there for more probes. That's a mistake. Always make probes at the beginning of these missions. As many as you can. Don't over-queue them if you can help it, but still. Okay, that's where our Whirlwind Zealots actually shine quite a bit. And then we got these probes queued up. We're going to get another Void Ray soon, and we want to make sure we don't get supply blocked later down the line so we'll make more pylons. I think some Archons come, so we want to spread out. Good work. Yeah, have them attack the ones with shields, please. You can see how much extra damage this stuff takes. It's quite nice. Just so much less you have to worry about because there's nothing that in their unit status that says that they take extra damage. It just says Terrazine Shadow, but it seems like they take at least 100% extra damage. It's really hard to tell. It's not that they have less hit points, it's that they take more damage. So I'm not really sure. Probably just something in the data editing that they made work. Okay, so there's going to be 3 non-fog cycles that we have to work with after this, if we want to finish this before the 4th fog cycle. Battle cruisers, let's hit these. Oh, don't focus fire, please. For this first one, I'm just going to go for an optional objective. I'm going to grab another Stargate, and then another Void Ray.
The Guardians stand watch over the shrine. Kill them slowly and painfully.
My people will fight with honor, even when we are fighting for you. But first, we must establish our defenses.
Hierarch, I was able to scan the Tal'Darim motherships in this region. They are carrying shipments of solarite. I don't think Alarak would mind if we liberated them.
Have you heard Alarak talk? He's a crazy person, so you might want to use your discretion on what he may or may not mind. Okay, so I'm going to clear out this expansion. A lot of people ignore this expansion. I'm going to take it. I think it's totally worth it, as long as you know how and when to defend it. And with this amount of Void Rays, as long as we focus fire, we are all good. I realize that I did not destroy the mothership. We're going to be getting back to that. I just used Solar Lance. It forces it to warp in reinforcements. We'll go back and we will Solar Lance it again. Okay, I'm going to grab Pylon Lord Probe. Actually, you're going to be my Expansion Lord Probe this time. And we're going to head back down and grab the expansion. I'm going to send these units up just to ensure that no errant units come to attack this. 1 or 2 extra stalkers sometimes randomly decide to go over there. It's very strange. Okay, so pick these up. Set up the Nexus. Pick up the other Vespine pickup. We have 2 minutes, which is more than enough time. So then after this, we'll have 2 more cycles. And with those cycles, I plan to get 2 objectives each, 2 primary objectives, and then I'm going to get the last optional objective in the last cycle as well. Okay, back out. Don't get focus fired by the mothership. It does do a lot of damage, and it tends to hit your weakest units.
We have destroyed a Tal'Darim mothership.
Excellent. Only 1 remains.
Okay, we want to get a lot of pylons because I'm going to use Chrono Surge to get this base fully saturated. And that's going to require a lot of stockpiled resources and supply. And then we're pretty much going to defend exclusively with Void Rays through the next fog cycle. So the fog cycles, it just depends on which direction the enemies come from. Also, for this expansion, they only will send 1 wave of units per fog cycle to this expansion, at least for the next 2, and we're only going to deal with 2 more from here, from this point onwards. Because after that, we wouldn't get the achievement. So I only know this upcoming fog
gathers, Artanis. Make your preparations if you're so inclined.
This upcoming fog and the one after it, only 1 wave of units gets sent up here, and we can clear that out with a Solar Lance. And I can also try to get some DTs out here soon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. And now we're going to get back to non-stop Void Ray production. So I think the first wave comes from the left, so we're just going to sit them down here, then we'll rotate them up and get up to the top, and just move back and forth based on where enemies are attacking us. That's really all we got to do here. Get our last orbital assimilator. Okay, I'm going to hotkey these. I would like to grab another Stargate as well. And I'm going to throw down 1 Dark Templar to help clean up in case our Solar Lance misses anything in the upcoming attack. And we have some errant units that can help clean up in case we miss anything as well. So now, again, it's just endless Void Rays. Let's go ahead and hotkey this other Nexus, and we can change our Chrono Boost to the other Stargate. Okay, looking good. I think, yeah, 2 waves come from over here, then it's the expansion. I'd like to get some extra gateways, but I can't really change my focus right now. I also want to get a Cyber Core. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that we kill everything with Solar Lance here. And again, our DT can clean stuff up. Then I'm going to get a Cyber Core, and when that's done, I will use Chrono Surge in order to get upgrades out of it. And then I'm going to continue making pylons and Void Rays. Okay, so after this fog, I'm going to move to the bottom left. Each one of these Guardians sort of has a unit theme to it. The bottom left one is Zealots and Archons, so you got to be careful with splash damage, because splash damage could really screw us. Okay, let's get rid of these Banelings. There we go. Thank you, Whirlwind Zealots. You're great. The fog is subsiding. Keep making Void Rays and pylons and upgrades.
Are gone. Continue your hunt, Artanis.
Okay, so we're going to auto-attack down to this area and then move towards our first shrine. And then we're getting some upgrades here as well. This is going really well so far. This base is fully saturated.
The strength of the chosen.
Tal'Darim ships are heading towards our nexus, Hierarch.
Bring them down.
Okay, I'm going to back up here momentarily to take care of this incoming attack of ships. Just auto-attack up into them, and to keep this base alive. Again, it's just knowing how to defend this base. There's like 2 or 3 attacks if you divert to take them out, then this base pays for itself several times over, and we can get so many more Void Rays. I'm also going to grab now more pylons, because we're going to continue getting supply blocked. Down here as well is fine. Okay, we can ignore the Zealots. We have to be careful of Archons, though, because the splash damage will really hurt us. So we're going to just focus fire and then move weakened Void Rays to the back as best we can. And then we're just going to focus fire hybrid. As long as we're focus firing, we do so much damage with these Void Rays. It's really fantastic. Okay, we got upgrades finishing up there, and we can Chrono Surge them. I also want to make sure I have enough energy for Solar Lance for the next fog, and we want to be able to use Mass Recall. We're going to get our other objective. We're going to get our other achievement. The plan for the achievement is basically to take out the second one when the next fog cycle starts. So we're actually going to wait to do it. I'm going to get more pylons, get these upgrades all set up, use Chrono Surge, start shields. Okay, looking good, and then I'm going to send some DTs up here, and I can collect all these resource pallets. And again, I got time to spare because I'm not going to go and attack the next objective until the timer is closer to being done. So we got 49 seconds. Let's just move up and start clearing out this next part. But again, we're basically going to dive it, and that's where we're going to use Mass Recall effectively. We're going to use Mass Recall to get out and save a lot of our Void Rays. We might lose some in the dive, but that's okay. The whole idea is that
the void. Ready your warriors.
The whole idea is that we snipe it at the pretty much the 0-second mark as best we can. But we can kind of poke in as long as we focus fire. Don't have your Void Rays attack different things. But you can see how fast even the hybrid go down. Okay, I'm going to dive it.
Another Guardian has fallen. What a thrilling sight.
If it is so thrilling, why not join us?
Well, I must save my strength to face Malash, of course.
Okay, and there's going to be another single group of Void enemies that are going to attack our expansion. We're just going to be ready to Solar Lance those, and we've got some DTs up there to help us. And I'm making DTs at home as well to help, you know, they instant kill a lot of these units. They'd instant kill Zerglings anyway, but the fact that no detection comes allows us to get a lot done here. Other than Void, I don't think we even lost our initial units, which is pretty cool here. These upgrades are finishing up, and I have enough for Solar Lance if I need it. Okay, excellent stuff. I expect my expansion to get hit here now. We're going to get maxed out on Void Rays and DTs, and maybe some Whirlwind Zealots. Okay, so here we just have to make sure that we kill these battle cruisers. And we killed everything anyway, but it's mostly, again, the DTs will clean up on the ground. And if we didn't have that expansion, we wouldn't be able to get maxed out as we have, so... excuse me? Let's just send a couple up here. And then the rest come home. This is strange. I've never had this attack up here. Not that I've done a billion practice runs, but that was kind of strange. Okay, well, we didn't lose any probes. That's fine. Just hit the carriers, please. My DTs can finish up this junk. And the Whirlwind Zealots. Okay, 8 seconds. I'm going to start moving up towards the next one. Another reason that I do it in this order...
Amon's forces are gone. Now's your chance to attack the Guardians.
The other reason I do things in this order is because the next group of Tal'Darim air attacks comes from the upper right, so if we attack into this base, we'll be right there when they spawn. And I can F2 right now and come in with all our other units, because I don't plan on the mission going to another fog cycle. So let's just go ahead and bring everything. So we definitely already got one.
Artanis.
I only hope that is true.
Do not fear death. Fear Amon.
Enemy ships have set a course for our nexus.
Okay, we've already gotten one of the achievements, and as long as we finish the map before this 2 minutes and 40 seconds timer ends, then we would have gotten both achievements. And again, we have to go really fast. It's a little unfortunate that we couldn't build more interesting compositions. I really wanted to try out the Havocs and the Dark Archons, but that is for another day. It's just because, again, we've got this Go Fast achievement set up here, so I just went mostly Void Rays. Probably with 1 or 2 extra Terrazine cycles, we could have gotten... we probably could have gotten the win with different units set up. Let's go ahead and grab our last optional objective here. And we can just auto-attack. We don't even need to use Solar Lance, because we have more than enough Void Rays now. And we'll pick up these.
Have everything now, Face Smith.
Thank you, Hierarch. I shudder to think of what they were planning to do with it.
There we go. Got a bunch of the pickups that we don't need. We're actually swimming in money now. It's really all about the beginning, though. Being able to get to this point where we can build anything we need. And now I could just right-click. I mean, we can snipe stuff, too, because it's satisfying. You mostly want to focus fire, but you don't have to at this point. We have more than enough stuff. Okay, focus fire the... Focus fire the objective, and then mass recall out and save most of those Void Rays.
You go to your death, Alarak. The Dark God will destroy you. I have heard enough of his lies.
Your ritual is complete. What now?
Well, they were not part of the ritual, but these traitors would have aided Malash in it, and I wish to see them die. Now the time has come. High Lord, hear me. I invoke the right of Rakshir. Fight me according to our laws, or die a coward. We meet in combat at daybreak. You shall have your challenge.
Wonderful. I think that went really, really well. 3 cycles endured, that's less than 4, so we got this Rise and Shine achievement, and we definitely got the Guerrillas in the Mist. It's not listed anywhere here, but we killed the second objective when the fog cycle was happening, and it listed Void Rays on the splash screen as surgical strike units, which was perfect with how we used them. We went in, we destroyed the objectives, and we mass recalled out, so I'm glad I got to use mass recall in a way that was essential to completing the mission and the achievements as well. So we'll go back, we'll scold Alarak a little bit, we'll chat with everybody, see what new unit variations we've gotten.
I am going to make this clear. The Templar are not a weapon you can wield as you wish. We are not here to slay your enemies under false pretenses. Deceive me again, and this alliance of ours comes to an end.
Slaying Malash's guardians fulfilled more than one purpose. Once the High Lord lies dead at my feet, none will challenge my rule. After all these years, my victory is nearly at hand. I feel his concern, Artanis. He knows that I'm coming for him.
Malash,
No. Amon. Through the breath of creation, I peer beyond the veil. Oh, yes, I feel his rage washing over me. He knows I no longer fear him. He knows that the Tal'Darim have no collar for him to control. I will turn the Chosen against him.
Do not assume you are already victorious, Alarak. Do not let the Terrazine cloud your judgment. You have a battle to win first.
The battle is already won. In my mind's eye, I have delivered the killing blow in 1,000 ways.
From my experience, overconfidence is your opponent's greatest ally. Do not let yours aid Malash.
Spoken as one who welcomes defeat.
The Spear of Adun has finished replicating a new combat unit. You can assign it to a faction now if you wish.
I like how Artanis was sort of trying to reason with him, not realizing that he was just high on Terrazine and ranting like a lunatic.
Malash has proven himself to be a dangerous leader.
Indeed. That's why my victory shall be the sweetest of ecstasy.
Has he defeated many in this rite?
Countless. He ascended the chain with brutal wrath, plowing through all who opposed him. It's as if he were blessed by the Dark God. They called him the Blade of Amon.
And still he was challenged?
It is our way. He defeated each with lingering cruelty. Malash revels in bringing his challengers to the edge of death, and tormenting them for a time after.
That does not comfort me, Alarak.
Comfort is a myth, given to younglings until they are ready for the trials and pain that is true existence. Leave me. It is time to make preparations.
Leave? This is my bridge. You leave. All right, what new units do we have?
The assault ships are now ready for your inspection.
Okay, so we get OG Terrazine Void Rays. These are cool because they charge up and do even more bonus damage to armored units, but then also this prismatic range. So they charge up fully, and then they don't have to necessarily move forward to attack a new target, so it just allows them to stay charged up more easily as well, and then they can outrange stuff just like you can see there. It's pretty awesome. And then the Destroyers, they chain to more targets. They still do bonus versus armored, but not as much as the normal Void Rays. I like these. They're both pretty cool, and we'll try to use both at some point. And then we got new stuff.
Alarak's vanguards have joined our cause. It seems our surprises have no end.
These Vanguards are awesome. They do huge AoE splash damage versus ground, and you don't really have to micro them. You just auto-attack with them, and it's some of the best anti-ground, in my opinion. So it's really good to not overlap these with other AoE anti-ground, lest you're overkilling stuff. So you want to make sure you fulfill different roles with different unit variations. Again, another thing, we'll try to fit these in and keep trying to use the other robotic siege units in different situations as well.
This chain of ascension is a despicable practice.
It is how the Kalai once thought of the Nerazim's Shadow Walk.
There is no comparison. Our society was not founded upon...
Their culture is one unyielding hierarchy, servant to master, a constant reinforcement of their bondage to Amon. But they have been lied to, Matriarch.
And how could this change if it is all they have ever known?
Our people once only knew hatred of one another. Suspicion.
Yes.
We viewed your practices as barbaric, and you viewed ours as cruel. It is the same with the Tal'Darim. With the destruction of Amon and the revelation of his betrayal, I expect their entire society to seek out who they truly are and what they wish to be.
That's a tall order, Artanis.
Amon does not care for the lives of Protoss.
Wow, what a smart conclusion.
How unfortunate that most of the Tal'Darim are blind to their fate. Alarak may seem untrustworthy, but I think he lacks the finesse for deceit.
Karax, the Keystone, it's
Reacting to void energies upon the planet's surface, most likely. I've seen this before on Ulnar. This Terrazine must be directly linked to the void.
The Tal'Darim call it the breath of creation. They believe imbibing it allows them to speak directly to Amon.
A far-fetched claim, yet I cannot deny its plausibility. The substance's properties appear to be foreign to our universe.
Perhaps this is why it is so holy to them. They seek out planets rich in Terrazine and turn them into temples to their god.
Our coming here may be a blessing to us. If the Keystone reacts to Terrazine like it does with void energy, I may be able to use it to stress the artifact, determine its limits.
Perhaps fate has not abandoned us completely. We must have faith.
I prefer results, Hierarch. Amon is powerful in measures that eclipse even the Queen of Blades. There is no room for uncertainty.
These Tal'Darim have strange customs.
I think these all will have the same dialogue because we've already clicked on them a bunch of times at Slain. Same with Artanis on the bridge. Did we get a new tier of abilities? No, we did not, but more Solarite. Maybe we can try Phoenix out. We haven't tried Solar Shield Overcharge. That would have been really good for this mission as well, but we utilized that Mass Recall decently.
Amon's forces are moving. It's time to strike.
Okay, next time we will assist Alarak in the Chain of Ascension. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you then. Bye now.